Hey everyone, Shakarez here, and I am back. I'll be talking a bit about my last few months and why I've been kind of inactive. And today I'm bringing you a Skarner gameplay in Diamond 2, Diamond 1, Diamond 3, something like that in Europe West. And yeah, I'm playing Skarner Jungle. This is patch 5.18, so after the nerfs. So this is like the most nerf version after the rework. So it's a pretty balanced Skarner. It's not too OP, but you know, he's still strong in my eyes. I already mained Skarner before the rework, so I'm pretty comfortable with the champion. So yeah, I am back. I am finally back from Brazil. I spent my last 3 months there, more or less, where I was working with a team there called INTZ. And now that I'm back, you can expect more content. Right there, what I did there was you gain more regen when you're in combat in the jungle with the machete, I believe. So what I did there was I queued the wolves and then I shielded myself to gain the movement speed, and I gained a bit of extra HP. It's nothing special, but you know it works out for me. It's a neat trick you can do to get a bit of extra health. Nothing special. Now clearing here, we did reversed clears here. For some reason, right there when I flashed, I couldn't stun her. I couldn't stun Yasuo. Else, I think we could have gotten the kill, but that's whatever. But yeah, we did reversed jungle routes, Elise and I, but nothing really happened during the early game, so that's why this footage is sped up. It's just me farming. So nothing special is happening. But yeah, I'm back, so you can probably expect more content coming soon. Right now, these past few days, I've been kind of only playing solo queue because I need to get my ranking back up. Because when I changed my accounts back from Brazil, basically what happened was I got put back into platinum. So even though my MMR is higher, my elo is back in platinum, which means I want to put it back up to diamond. So this account was diamond 1 in Brazil. It went down to platinum 4. Right now I have it in platinum 2, but I'm playing against diamond 2, diamond 1 players constantly. So it's kind of annoying. It's good and bad. It's good because I win 30 and I lose like 8 or 9 LP. That part is good, but the part where I'm like one whole league below my actual MMR is kind of annoying. But you know, I think I can climb back pretty fast. And then my other account, which was Diamond 4, I believe, was put into Platinum 1. So that account, Shakarez, my main account, is already back in Diamond. That wasn't too hard. I think it's almost Diamond 4 already as well. So I'm climbing pretty fast. I'm getting back into the ranks. When I came back, I was actually losing a lot of games because the level of play on Europe West is actually, I'd say, somewhat higher than in Brazil, but you know, got used to it again and now it's fine. So right here I go for the gank on Yasuo. I grab him. LeBlanc kind of fucks up here. I think she could have killed him. She had Ignite. She probably would have had another Q. She should have stayed with her. She shouldn't have used Distortion back. And yeah, that was kind of a missed opportunity because that should have been a kill on Mr. Yasuo there. But yeah, this is me just getting Scuttle Crabs, getting control. And here I attempt to go for a bot lane gank, but the chompers were really good. But we still force a heal and a flash out, so it's still a good gank. Ganks don't need to mean kills. If you can get someone's flash off or multiple summoners off, it's already pretty good for you, and you don't need to overstay or overdo your gank and then fail it. So getting summoners off is actually pretty good. So yeah, back to things. So now that I'm back, I'm taking a pause. I don't think I'll be working with teams until after Worlds only. I had some offers already, but I respectfully declined. And maybe in November, December, January, I'll be working with teams again. But until then, I want to be focusing on content again because that's what got me here. So for the duration of Worlds, you'll be seeing a lot of Worlds-related content, hopefully, if I'm not too lazy. And also some gameplay, some streaming, and people have been asking about coaching. And now that I'm not on a team, I can actually do some solo queue coaching. However, I actually wanted to play some solo queue and get back to Diamond because I feel that it kind of matters. Even though I'm playing against Diamond players, it still matters that my elo rating is in Diamond. So right here, I knew Yasuo was coming up. I waited for him. He forced his flash out. I go through the wall, grab him up, and I get the kill with red buff. Sorry about that, LeBlanc. But gold is good for me anyways. So yeah, that was just being patient and looking at the enemy's ganking path. If you look at it correctly, you see we spotted him when he captured my altar, and then we just caught him. And right here we go for the kill, and we kill Blitzcrank, and I believe we don't kill Elise. Yeah, I didn't have anything else to grab her or stun her, so we just let her go. But yeah, that was a pretty good trade. We get a kill and an assist in just a matter of a few seconds, and we grab the lead. So this game was pretty intense. It was a very balanced out game, and you'll see from like 20 minutes onwards, it had a lot of action, constant team fighting all the time. Right there, I spotted the pink ward, but couldn't take it out because I knew there was something up because the ball lane was going aggressive on me, which meant that Elise was probably close to me. And yeah, back to farming. So yeah, back to content. I want to do more content. Also, some streaming. Streaming isn't really my thing, but I'll make an effort for it. And right here, I just grabbed the Yasuo, gone him. But LeBlanc was too far to use all her damage. She had to get close first, and we end up not killing her. I end up having to blow flash LeBlanc as well. We get his flash, his exhaust off, but not really worth it. I went a bit too far there. She was a bit too far for me to follow up the gank, so unlucky. But yeah, I want to do more videos, a bit more streaming, not too much. Streaming isn't really my thing. I think I kind of tilt on stream too easily, and I don't tend to have many good games on stream, but we'll see how it goes. And yeah, the solo queue coaching, of course, I'm still figuring out a fair price for you guys, but some of you have already shown interest, and it's something I do intend to do. And the other thing I had promised was a Skarner video, and I decided to let all the nerfs come through first, so we could then I could then do a Skarner video and discuss his runes masteries, overall playstyle and build and skill order, all that jazz. And after these nerfs, so before when Skarner got reworked, you would see most Skarners doing the Emax. I think that now that's not as viable. Qmax is definitely better. And right here, Mr. Yasuo gets a bit too cocky. It's a bit too close to me. We grab him, I get him into turret, and I get another kill on him. Still Yasuo. And yeah, as I was saying, before you'd see Emax, because E was so strong, the burst damage when you stunned someone was really strong. Like after you mark them and you stun them, it was insane. Now not so much. So I think we're back to Qmax. Emax last. Maxing E gives you a better slow, but the slow also got nerfed, so it's I think it's 30% rank 1 and something like 50% rank 5. I don't think it's worth maxing it anymore because the burst damage on the after stunning is not that great. So I'd rather go with maxing Q again, because you're better as a skirmisher now. Before you'd be better at bursting down people when you got into small fights. Now you're still good in small fights, but since the stun proc won't do as much damage, I think you're better off maxing Q. Obviously, you want to max W second because you want that shield to be a bit stronger. It goes up. The base shield isn't there anymore, but you still gain more percentage health when you max your shield out, and once you're maxing your shield out is when you finish the Cinder Hulk, so you've already got a decent amount of HP, and you're probably going for another HP item next, like Black Cleaver or Dead Man. So it's worth maxing out the shield second for that reason. So onto the Skarner builds. Right here, I'm going for the usual Skarner build. So I have Cinder Hulk, I have the components for Black Cleaver, and I have my Merc Treads. I really needed Merc Treads here because I wanted some MR against the Elise, against the Malphite. At the same time, I want to itemize for armor mostly because I'm playing against Yasuo and Jinx. And Jinx is really annoying, and you really need that armor against Jinx. So, yeah, right here, Yasuo gets a bit cocky again. And I ult him. And he dies. That Tongue Lash from Tam Kench doing a shit ton of damage. And this Tam Kench actually built really differently. He went for a magic penetration oriented build with Sorcerer's Shoes and Haunting Guys. And then he went tank with more AP items. I think he went Zhonya's. It was an interesting build. It was fairly tanky and dealt a shit ton of damage. He was first in damage for our team at the end of the game. So yeah, he was doing a lot of work for us. But yeah, back to the Skarner build. I'd say Skarner still has two different build paths he can go for. I'd say Cinder Hulk is the better option. Obviously, you can build Warrior or even Devour, but I don't think they're really viable options compared to Cinder Hulk. The latest change to Cinder Hulk basically made it that it's a better item before you have, I believe, 3,000 HP. So the bonus HP it gives is lower, but the base HP it gives is higher. So I think it's better in that sense. And right here, they snuck a Baron when I backed, and I think they got 1 or 2 kills, and they got back into the game with it. So they were pretty smart with this Baron, sneaking a Baron 20-21 minutes. No one's expecting it. If you don't have wards, you can probably sneak it without anybody seeing it. But yeah, this is the build I prefer going for. I think it's safer overall. What I do is I go Cinder Hulk into Black Cleaver. Black Cleaver gives you the CDR you really need. It gives you the movement speed. It gives you the armor reduction. And Skarner's damage is now mostly physical. I believe only the E is magical. So most of his damage is physical, which is nice. Before, his damage used to be like mostly... Like, he scaled off of AD for his Q, but then his rest of his damage was, like, magical, and it was really weird, because you would usually itemize for AD, right? So you couldn't go for something like magic damage. And, yeah, this is the safer build, in my opinion. After this, you can see that I'm going for Dead Man's. And right here, I see the opportunity. I flash in, ult on Elise, and we catch her. Not the best target to flash on an ult, but she's doing a lot of damage in team fights. She's going Runeglaive into Rylai's, so she's a damage threat. And taking that person out of the game means we can now siege this turret because we got numbers advantage, and they won't want to fight us. So yeah, overall you want to be saving that flash for the Janks, for the Yasuo, for those annoying carries. But this is still a good target to ult, so I decided to go for her. So yeah, back to the build once more. I'm going for Deadman's here, and I think this is the safer Skarner build, where you go Cinder Hulk, Black Cleaver, Deadman's, then whatever you need. If you need MR, you can go Banshees, Spirit Visage, even if you want the CDR, or you can go Locket. Locket I don't build as much now after it was nerfed. It's not as great of an item as it was before, so I'd rather build for myself, build a build selfishly. And if I need armor, usually you can go for different armor items. Frozen Heart is something I don't build as much after the nerf. It's still a good item, but you get the CDR from Black Cleaver, so you don't need it on. You don't need Frozen Heart for that. And then there's also Randuin's. Randuin's is really good in this case, for example, because I'm playing against Jinx Yasuo, and both of them have crit, so I'll be reducing both of their damage. So a really good item there. You can also go Thornmail if you're playing against double AD. It really depends on the situation. Right here, I thought Dead Man's and then Randuin's was the better option. Also, building enough health for the magic damage that Elise and Malphite may do. Even though like I'm building health and that's bad against Elise, I still need it. And this looked like a really bad scenario until like Tam Kench with his 2 penetration items deals like half of Jinx's HP with his W, I believe, when he spits out the minion. And we chase down Malphite, we get the kill, and now he's legendary. He's really ahead this game. Meanwhile, for some reason, Thresh got caught, and someone told him don't ward aggressively, and the guy raged and sold his Sightstone. So this game got like really hard because the guy decided to sell his Sightstone. That was really childish and really hurt us actually for the rest of the game because we didn't have enough vision. Admittedly, I could have bought more wards, or could have even gone for a Sightstone, but Tam Kench said he would buy a Sightstone since Thresh sold his, so we decided to do that instead. And right here, fight erupts. Not a good fight for us, and this is what happens when Skarner gets kited. I wanted to ult someone, but I wasn't sure. I end up ulting Yasuo here, but meanwhile my team is dying to Jinx, so I also get grabbed by Blitzcrank, and that's my first death of the game. And notice a purchase I did over there on my build. I have Distortion Boots, and whenever you're ahead on Skarner, try to buy these because they are insanely good on Skarner. Having that flash cooldown go down is extremely important. Obviously, Skarner isn't as flash dependent now that he has a stun on his E, but it's still a really nice part of his kit. So if you can flash in, ult someone, you can immediately win a team fight just from that. So definitely a very good purchase and something you can do. Back to me. I believe I didn't buy anything. I only bought a... No, I already had that pink ward. So I didn't buy anything. Go back. Try and secure vision around Baron. You don't want to lose that Baron, obviously. Not after that 21-minute Baron. And as I was talking about before, you have 2 build paths. This one is the safer one where you go tanky. You can even go for something like a Titanic Hydra as a last item. It scales well with Cinderhulk, and it will do well overall with your build. The other build was the old build where you go like Trinity Force. I only go it when I'm extremely ahead. It's a more, it's a riskier build, and it won't give you CDR like Black Cleaver will. So if you go like Cinderhulk into Trinity Force, it's insanely strong, and you can kill people really easily with it, but you'll need the CDR most likely. So after that, if you're playing against a lot of AD champions, you'll probably go for Frozen Heart. And right here, I saw the Jinx was slowed. I flash in, I kill her. We kill her immediately. They get a really good knockup with Malphite, but the damage is already gone. Like, Jinx isn't there for the AoE crits, so that's a really tough loss for them. And we win this team fight pretty convincingly. Only Tam dies, I believe, and we get a full ace. And that is going to mean that we get an inhibitor. So really nice place to fight for us. And we win the team fight pretty convincingly. And our Tam Kench just bought the Sightstone that we really need, because Coralius is being a bit of a little bitch. But that's okay. That's how solo queue is. You need to deal with personalities, and you need to deal with people who kind of react negatively to any critique you may give them. So, unfortunate. But yeah, we go for the Baron here. We see the teleport coming in, and we decide to back off. Actually, I alerted them for the Jinx Rocket and said the Jinx Rocket might come in, so let me stay in the entrance of the pit and don't come near me. But Thresh didn't listen, and he got Jinx ulted. And right here, the Tam Kench comes in. So when I saw him coming in, I immediately thought I need to go in as well. So I just died. And Tam Kench killed Malphite and then died. And then this is going to be the second Baron for them, unfortunately. And this is how they got back into the game constantly. With these 2 Barons, whenever we got a gold lead, they would get these Barons and get back back into the lead. I think they actually got a gold lead at a certain point, even though for the most part we were the ones in the lead. So unfortunately for us, they were clawing back in pretty consistently, and it was kind of annoying. So yeah, you can go for the Trinity Force build, but then you'll have to build CDR probably to use your kit effectively. After that, you can build tank again. Righteous Glory is still an option, but I'm really liking Deadman's Plate. It gives me better stats. I really don't need... The thing about the new Skarner is he doesn't have mana problems, as he used to have before. So now you can just buy Deadman's and get the movement speed. The movement speed on Deadman's is insanely good. So you can just get the movement speed from Deadman's and get better stats for you, which are the armor and the health. Will scale nicely with that Cinder Hulk. And right here I got a bit of sidewave pressure, sidewave gold, which is always nice for a jungler. If you're a jungler, you know how much that gold is often needed, and you won't always get it. So if you can get a sidewave and if it doesn't hurt anyone, you should go for it. And right here, I thought we were gonna lose the game. Fortunately, we have Tam Kench, extremely broken champion. I take the Lantern out, and he gets devoured by Tam Kench and doesn't die. I thought he was gonna die there, and with LeBlanc and Lucian dead, we would have probably lost the game. Fortunately, we get out and we managed to stay in it. But yeah, what am I forgetting? Oh, I haven't talked about runes and masteries. They'll be in the description. But for runes, I am using a mix of attack speed and attack damage. You can run full attack speed, full attack damage, or a mix. I prefer having a mix because it gives me a better clear outside of my spires, and at the same time, the AD also makes me a better fighter, right? So that's what I usually do. And right here, I flash in to stun Jinx. I wait for the QSS, and then unfortunately, I ulted Malphite instead of ulting Jinx. Kind of unfortunate. Really bad ult, actually. That should have been an ult on Jinx. I don't know if it would have made such a difference, but I should have ulted Jinx. But, you know, this is the part of the game where it starts getting really hard for Skarner, because everyone's going to start building QSS. So Jinx already has it. Eventually, Yasuo is also buying QSS, and that's the point in the game where it gets really hard for Skarner, because Skarner can just flash in, ult someone. Or he can, but he'll have to go for other priorities like the jungler, like the top laner. Sometimes he can go for the mid laner if they haven't bought it, but it's overall really, really annoying thing to deal with Skarner. But you have to think that at the same time, you're also forcing your opponent to buy an item. And by doing that, you're also delaying that build. So Jinx was like insanely fed, but she had to buy that build. So, she had to buy that QSS, so it's kind of delaying her last item, where she could have gone for like another BF sword, or she could have gone for a Banshees or something else, and she has to be buying that QSS just because of Skarner. So yeah, I'm finishing my build out with Randuin's. As you can see, I'm not really building a lot of MR. I figure that the MR from Merc Treads, my MR, my scaling MR, and all my health from all my items is enough to deal with Malphite and Elise damage. It's not really that much, and Elise isn't really targeting me anyways, so I don't think it really matters that much. And yeah, I go back, buy 2 wards, because we're really needing those, since Mr. Support decided to sell his Sightstone. And now I believe we're going to the last team fight. Anyways, for masteries, I usually run 21-9. You can run 9-21, but I think that 21-9 is really strong when you go Cinder Hulk, because it gives you a nice mix of offense and defense. So yeah, we're going for the push here. We see they're going to push top, so we're going for like a pseudo base race. Tam Kench goes up, he catches Malphite, and we end up killing Malphite, and that's a big part of their team fight. It means they can't Means they can't flash in. It means they can't ult in with Malphite and get like a 4-man ult and then a 4-man Yasuo ult. So it's really nice that they don't have that for them. And the fight erupts here. I believe. No, I lied. Never mind. Yeah, we're going to push here. We know we have the numbers advantage, so we want to use this advantage to kill someone. And right here, I believe I ult. Yeah, I ult him. I get hooked in. So my ult is basically for nothing. I get focused down really hard, but that's where the Randuin's comes in, where I'm not taking those crits so heavily. We kill Elise, we kill Yasuo, and this is where the fight really makes a difference that we're not playing a 5v5. I believe we would have lost this 5v5, but with Malphite dead, it becomes a really easy team fight. We win, and this is going to be the end of the game. I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. It was a bit all over the place, but I need to get used to these things again. As I said, more content coming now. I'm working on some analysis videos on some teams for Worlds. Hopefully I'll release them. I'm a bit unsure if I should release them or not, because I'm a bit nervous about the outcome, but I'll probably release them. Other than that, I'll be streaming a bit more, probably after Worlds. During Worlds, I'll probably just be focusing on the content. And other than that, also the solo queue coaching will be a thing. Thank you guys for watching this kind of long commentary, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the Rift. Shakarez signing out.